I thought I was doing so great for this eclipse. And then some of my core wounding came up and I literally fell straight on my ass. Boy, did it ever slap me in the face. But, you know, I am really thankful that Gemini season is here, because I really feel like we're going to get to some hardcore truths. Or we've gotten to some hardcore truths, and now we can really expand with them. And we talked about that in part 2. This is really using that 8 of Cups and gratitude to shift this whole world in a whole new way. And we're going to be shifting our inner universes, and it's going to be affecting this whole planet. Remember, we're all connected to this grid. This is part of mission work and why we came here, and to really not be afraid to do the real work. Not to avoid it and feed into our impulses in a lower vibrational way, but to really, you know, get in there and heal. And that's part of this love. This high vibe, this high vibe love that we came here to create. Let's just start off with what we are creating. Oh, wow, I got a card. Pisces is here. This is our connection to the 2 fish coming together. The, you know, the negative and the positive. The opposites, the extremes coming together through the center points. We know that Pisces, the Hanged Man, is actually in channeled messages where we further expand from this. And this has to do with the sacrifices that we're making for love. The sacrifices that we're making for enlightenment. The sacrifices that we're making to expand with this positive charge. It's big. That's how those 2 fish are coming together. Oh, here we go. The cosmic flower. That's what we've been working on. That's why we were working with the center point. The frequency of the cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. That's what we're doing. All right, let's see what it's connected to. This is what we've been working on. And remember, it doesn't happen overnight. That's why sometimes when it's like, you know, we're talking about things here and it's like, how long we've been doing this for like 3 months? Yeah, because this is real life. This isn't the movies. There's levels to this shit, right, guys? There's levels to it. And this isn't the movies. We're honoring the natural patterning and healing with divine timing, and knowing that these things take the time they take. It's not forced. We're healing with force. So this cosmic flower is part of our flowering. We will be sharing this message in greater detail next time we meet up. And let's see what's activating with it. What is activating here? It's a lot of activations. We're going with it because this is what's happening. All right, we're activating with our life purpose. This is part of our path. This is part of our truth. This is part of our way. We're working with our throat chakra. We have angels and masters. Okay, this is working with the soul star. Remember, we talked about this in part 2. And this, the soul star and beyond, is connected to our third eye activation with our psychic development, which is what we're working on, and our dreams. And guys, I'm getting lit right now because this has also happened within my universe. My dreams have expanded and changed since this eclipse season. Now, I actually saw my counterpart now twice within my dreams, and that's never happened to me before, not like this. So now we're using our inner strength. Here's our solar plexus in order to expand with our root. Okay, and our families, remember, this goes back to part 2 again, expanding with our loved ones. It's part of this transformation, and it's going to offer us soul healing. This has to do with raising our elevation and like literally getting our wings. But we had to get our wings, you know, from the nourishment and the lower world. It was part of this transformation. This has to do with expanding from lust into this high vibe love. Let's just see where does the sacral come into play here. And guys, look, there with our solar plexus are we having that metamorphosis. Guys, I'm just lit. How much Biscuit's laying there and that just shot him. Come here, Biscuit Boo, sorry. Okay. We have communication. This is the time we're in, working with Gemini season. Everything that's gone down to go up. Mercury retrograde. Our spiritual awakening. And there it is. Remember, we're healing with our relationships. So here we're activating with our crown and our sacral chakra. So we're having a spiritual awakening with our relationships. We're furthering our spiritual awakening with our relationships. And in meditation, we're going to find, remember, that's where meditation is where we're actively listening. We're going to find flexibility with our crown in our sacral to expand with our root and have holistic healing. There's a visualization. This card has been here twice. It was just here before we got that second bunch of cards. So here's our third eye activation. Let's see what it's connected to. Remember, it has to do, we're going to stay in determination. This is that fish, you know, these fish are swimming upstream so the two fish can meet up. This is working with our solar plexus to stay determined to our purpose, okay? And there's your star. We're nurturing with the Earth star. We're nurturing. That's where the nourishment is, okay? So let's see. This is an activation of gratitude. And when we speak about meditation, guys, there's active meditation as well, right? There's all different ways we can meditate. I meditate when I clean my house. I meditate when I run. I meditate when I go and sit outside by myself. I find that one the hardest. I find it the hardest to go when I'm sitting outside because I really want to, like, you know, potter around. But because, you know, in the 3D world, I don't use it, you know, anything else. But like I have like ADHD. I can't sit still, so I started cleaning my house, actively cleaning my house, and then all this information comes to me. Or I start walking around and all this information comes to me. Or I start running and all this information comes to me. I've had to learn how to meditate in the stillness. I've had to learn that. And it's a gift. But I also I've learned how to, like, know myself, is that I like to overexpand with the masculine, and I need to honor time for the feminine. All right. And that's why knowing ourselves is just so beneficial. All right. What's being activated here? Guys, these cards are new. I've still got to get to know them. I feel it. First time used. When I got them, I got one message from them. They're still all sticking together. simplicity. And it's connected to a culmination and timing. Remember, this is about that cosmic flower and flowering in time. Divine timing. But we're going to have to accept something. We're going to have to accept a new perspective and an open mind. And this is healing from within to without with the inner child. This is the core. And the core is going to expand with wisdom. This is going to expand our love, and we're going to be able to confide in one another at a whole new level and elevate our energy. And this elevated energy is going to put us in a deeper and more expansive and more pleasurable state of expression. But it was through presence. It's through presence within looking at the core wounding. It's being able to be present within the wounds, within the core wounding, and then shift perspective. We're going to shift perspective with source energy. This has to do with working with the subconscious mind and expanding with our conscious mind. Simplicity. Have you collected a lot of things for a lot of reasons? Some of the items you have accumulated may bring you comfort or remind you of a specific memory. You may have collected things that you had to go without during a leaner time. You may have piles of boxes or stuff that you don't have the time or energy to clear out. Simplifying and decluttering your environment has many benefits. As everything stores energy, having an excess can cause you to feel stressed out. Removing clutter from your environment clears out old energy. As you simplify, you may also find your anxiety leaves you. And guys, like, have I ever been feeling this too? I don't know about you guys. Like, even my room, I just want everything out of it. And I can feel all the old stagnant energy and needing to have a fresh start. Because, you know, that environment is connected to how I feel about myself, right? So our environments are connected to how we feel about ourselves, and clearing out that old energy is really important. We talked about this, and I can't remember our first part or second part. As you simplify your life, you will find that you have more time. You won't need to spend as much time cleaning, organizing, or looking for the stuff you have. You will have space to figure out where you want to focus your energy. Look at the items in your home or office and determine whether you use or need them. There are many methods you can use to simplify your life by reducing clutter. Eliminate the excess from your life by using an approach that resonates to you, right? We don't want to get more stress. In the process of decluttering, you may find you feel more content. You may discover you have more energy as your home feels more peaceful. As you declutter your environment, you open up space for relationships and new interests. You will free up time and energy that can be shared with the people in your life. You might also realize you are more mindful and present in your life without all the distractions. And this has to do with like getting our home base in order. And we'll save energy. We'll save time. We just have to put the time and energy in. An otherworldly fairy gazes at the moon, surrounded by playful sprites, stars, moths, and an owl. Fairies are known for being conservationists, taking care of nature and not only using what is needed. Create a space in accord with what is needed now, letting the past go and trusting the future will be provided for. Moths are nocturnal and rely on their inner knowing and intuition. A full moon is typically a time of releasing things that no longer serve you. The moon can shine its light on those items you may not be aware you are ready to release, but that's just what happened with this total lunar eclipse in Scorpio. So affirmation, I am ready to simplify my life with appreciation and joy. And we're ready. Once again, too, just more signs and synchronicities to show we're on point. I was called to have this tarot present today. It's been part of our channeled messages. And I was actually going to get a message from it here. And I guess maybe we will. Let's see what else this deck has to say, because it has something else to say within it. Where are we shifting to here once we simplify? Where are we shifting to? We're going to be released. The divine's going to come on in and this is going to release some energy. Yeah. We're going to release some energy with this, or with our connection to this eclipse. So the Nine of Wands is here. Remember, we're healing with motion. And this is an activation with the Queen of Wands, the restoration of our passions, and the King of Cups. This is the mother and father coming together to help us with our metamorphosis. And it's connected to the Knight of Swords. And there is the energy of youth present within the element of air. And do you see, there's our metamorphosis right there. There's our transformation, but it has to do with an elevated perspective. Remember, in this elevated perspective is happening with the inner child. And it's going to help us with our relationships. Now look at that. There's the moth that we spoke about in simplicity here. And that's what's happening. We're simplifying something in the mind in order to see it. And look, there's also more symbolism to Gemini season, as that moth is split in two with the element of air. But it looks to me like that's split in two. The moth is split in two. There's much symbolism here through the center point. And it's connected to this total lunar eclipse in Scorpio we just had. That's why we see with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups. It's going to help us there's a connection between the King of Cups, or sorry, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Because we're a little bit more mature than a page here. Okay? Oh, there it is. We'll look at that in a second. I'm going to put it here. We're a little bit more mature than a page here because we're a knight. We're like a teenager, okay? So, we have the cups, our connection to Scorpio, and the swords, our connection to Gemini season. Forgiving and learning. Well, maybe that's an extra special message to me, myself. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And this exactly is what is the gift of this time. That's why we're doing this healing. Love, light, and healing energies sent your way to create with today, guys. I look forward to seeing you next time when we expand off this even further. Until then, I'm sending it to you, those good healing vibes. I love you. Take care. I mean that. Take care.